Well, what's interesting, Jason, is that it is somewhat normal now, especially with social media and how quickly we find out that somebody, passed away. Back in the old media days, I'm talking about old, before there were syndicated papers and things like that, people waited months to hear about the death of a family member or even somebody who was prominent. I think the Lincoln's death happened pretty quick across the country. There was telegraph and things like that, but now we're hearing things in almost in real time. And so it is normalized. It's just not, we're just not accustomed to talking about it in productive ways that help us not only understand the meaning of the person's death, but the importance of or lack of importance in their life. Even bad people throughout history, the people who die who did terrible things, it's important because of how we think about the negative impacts and the positive outcomes of those negative impacts. So, it's commonplace anymore with social media. At the Love Always Project, and hopefully with Knowledgeable Aging, of course, knowledge is power. That's, your gig, right? To be smarter about what happens to you and what should happen, about taking control of the process of as you pile on the years and how to enjoy them. And one of the ways to enjoy your life as you age and to be less, fearful, having those moments of, my gosh, I'm going to be 60 years old in January. And when people, I started realizing that when folks start talking about 25 years from now, or if my first grandchild is born in a couple of years, when they turn 18, I'm going to be 81, and I'm like, 81, shoot, man, that's, you start thinking in those terms. How much better would we feel about saying that with less trepidation and less fear, understanding that, what, as long as I have my health, my kids know, what's important to me, I know what's important to them. And it just makes it, like you said, a lot, it's not common, but we're accustomed to it. It's always going to be painful. It's always going to be difficult. It's always going to be a little weird, depending on when it comes up. But if death is a part of life and we know we're going to die, then we can do things for ourselves and our families, not only by living well, but by planning well. And that makes life much better. And it certainly makes the grieving process much easier.